What's I got planned for New Year's, man? Do people still do New Year's stuff?
Shit, 16, you having food at your place?
Wait, this COVID setup. You said, am I? I don't know, man.
Asking for a friend.
Everything been so, like, I already don't do stuff for New Year's, like going out places. And COVID has kind of like enhanced that, where I know people not going to listen, where they should be in the house.
BYOS, bring your own snacks.
BYOE, bring your own everything.
Or just don't.
I'm the venue, just bring everything.
Or just don't gather. Like,
yeah.
Just don't gather.
Do that too.
Like, I mean, if we just hold off for a little while, we can go back to it. But nah, man, it's the same thing. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna watch something on TV, and I'm gonna fall asleep around 10:30.
Yeah. I don't have any plans. I mean, if somebody somebody close invites me to something, then I might venture out, but I probably won't. But
and this had to be like at their crib, right? Like not out, like out.
Yeah, most likely if it's at, I mean, yeah, I ain't trying to go to like a club or, nothing like that. But I mean, if it's at a restaurant or I don't know, they bought a venue or something like that, and it's gonna be, maybe depending on how many people they talk about, who's there, stuff like that. Just you just gotta make a judgment call. I'm not trying to be around a whole bunch of people, but I don't mind being around a few people, even though that's still not as good. But I mean, it's still not good. It shouldn't be around anybody at all. But I feel like some people are still taking proper crowd. Look, man, just wash your hands. Just wash your fucking hands.
It starts with that, and put a goddamn mask on when you go somewhere, man.
Yeah, like don't dig up your nose and put your hands in your mouth after you shook somebody's hand. Don't get sneezed on. Yeah, that's not the best advice. I don't advise anybody out to do that. But that's just, even pre-COVID, like, that's what I was doing. Like I wash my hands every opportunity I got.
Yeah, I mean,
like if I'm in the break room, like at work, I'm in the break room, I'm cooking, make myself a cup of tea or grabbing a snack out of the whatever, and I pass by the sink. Oh, and wash my hands real quick. It's just all the time.
Or me always running with a bottle of hand sanitizer or whatever. So yeah, same thing.
Hey guys,
what's up?
Blue, what's going on?
How y'all doing?
What's up?
Good.
Just talking about New Year's plans.
Wait, are we already recording?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. Then somebody probably should have said, "Hey, we're recording."
I mean, we didn't want to be rude. Tell you like be quiet or nothing. But yeah, well, no, we just kicking shit. What you got planned for New Year?
Just gonna hang. That's about it. At the house, try to stay COVID free.
Yeah,
it's getting harder and harder, man.
Man, that's facts. I had my near COVID experience last week, and I gotta tell you, it was.
What was that?
Wait, well,
you had a slight cough.
No. So like I flew home for the holiday, so I flew home to Louisiana.
Oh, you got money.
I mean, tickets are stupid cheap for the record. So if you're trying to fly somewhere, now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I fly home, and I guess it was like Monday. I get a call from work, and they're like, "Hey, one of your peers tested positive for COVID." And I'm like, what do I need to do? Oh, well, you're not deemed a close contact. We were just letting you know. So like hang up the phone. I'm like, shit, I gotta get tested. Like I'm freaking out. Like, so I had to like, it's like the anxiety is terrible. You sitting there like, damn, I'm here home. If I got COVID, I'm gonna just have to fly back. Like what do I do? But long story short, obviously I tested negative, but still the fact that it's like, yo, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, wearing a mask, that person wore a mask, I wore a mask, and hence it did not spread. So, it's crazy how that works.
I have a similar issue.
It's very much like those STD calls that some people got to make.
Hey, I just want to let you know.
You might want to get checked.
For what?
I got the vid.
my God.
I was expecting you to say everything.
Just go to the doctor, see what they take.
Just tell them to run a whole panel, just whatever they got, and just give it to you.
But it's crazy that Easy was talking about that, and it was something that I think I talked to all of y'all about that offline. That the same thing happened to me in the building where I work at, where an entire floor, like they come tell me after the fact, after I'm sitting there, like, hey, the whole second floor, and I'm like, yeah, there's one elevator in here, so so I'm gonna be taking my leave here. So that was irritating. Where I was sitting in there, chilling, doing my thing, and then you hear something like that, and it's like, I'm doing all these precautions to duck this, and it's literally one floor down, possibly somewhere else. I gotta go because I can't be bringing this home to for me, I'm my last in my thought process. I can't bring this home, so yeah. So I've been ducking people even more than usual after this now. Like,
it's getting bad. Like last week, we got the call from like my baby's daycare, called Sunday night and was like, hey, just want to let you know that one of the teachers here tested positive. And I about fell out my skin then. And she was like, the rest of the teachers are good, and none of the kids have shown positive. But I was like, oh, okay. And then yesterday I was out there trying to be an adult and get my 40-year-old mammogram. And I know. So you know how like whenever you go into a medical facility, they ask you like the questions before you can get in and everything, right? So that's cool. I'm to the second stage, and if it's a lady in front of me, it's a lady sitting on the bench behind me, and the lady in front of me is like, yeah, the lady back there, she has the COVID. She's only about 13 days out, so she's not quite at the 14 days. And so it's a black girl behind the counter. She said, wait, I'm sorry, excuse me, ma'am, what did you say? And yeah, she got black real quick. And she starts wait a minute. She hit it with the wait a minute.
Can you say that one more time?
Wait a minute. And so like she's listing all of the symptoms that the lady still actively has, and I can hear it, and I am like clamming as we speak. And she's like, yeah, see, that's why she's still back there on oxygen. Why is she in here giving us the death? Who the hell let her get past the first screen? Are y'all just up there? Like, what the hell is going on?
It's funny you bring that up though, because like every place asks the same 3 questions. Like, not to be that guy, but if you had COVID and you pulling up to get your mammogram or get your eyes checked or your teeth cleaned, why would you say yes to any of that? Like, you're basically giving them the option to lie to you.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you can't get any further.
The lady's on oxygen, and clearly she must have answered no to all the questions, and they still let her ass in there.
She goes, yeah, I'm here. She's here to get her CT scan of her lungs to see how much COVID damage she still has. Who the hell let her in the front door? Damn, so the girl behind the counter is like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but y'all gonna have to go outside and call us. So she goes out to like the vestibule area, and the girl says, ma'am, that's you in the blue coat talking to me right there, right? She said, yeah. No, ma'am, I mean outside to your car, not just standing right there, but to your car, and call us from the car. She was like, because y'all gonna have to go around the back, way around the back, past the urgent care around the back, and come into that secret.
That's her way of saying they don't pay me enough to put up with this shit.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm not here for this mammogram serious enough. Like, it'll wait until I'm 41. I'll get them checked next year, but the twins will be all right. Yeah. But I am not trying to die here today, trying to get some preventative medicine. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I think to Easy's point, like, yeah, it's easy to lie through some of those. Like, I think the dude that died on that American Airlines or United, whatever, that other airline flight, like he just died from COVID on the plane.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you like going through TSA, like, if you answer yes to any of those questions, they're gonna turn your ass around.
Right.
You just paid for this flight ticket. You on a mission to go wherever you gotta go.
Yeah.
Why would you say yes? Why?
So he just sitting on the plane, and the flight attendant just rolls by like, sir, would you like a Coke or peanuts? And he just sitting there, he just dead. you know.
Well, no, he like
No, like
I think he started convulsing or something, or like had a seizure.
Yeah,
he
like started spazzing out. Like,
oh wow.
Somebody did CPR
They did
on
an
him
emergency landing and everything.
The whole time. Yeah, they did emergency landing.
Did a CPR person get?
Well,
yeah,
but the dude said, he was like, I knew the risk because I think his wife started telling people at that point, like, yeah, he had COVID and symptoms and blah, 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 blah. And at that point, the guy knew the risk when he started performing CPR on him or trying to resuscitate him. And they said he did it for like an hour. I'm like,
he gave this man CPR for an hour?
Good. It was a good little minute. I might be, that might not have been an exact quote, but I remember reading it like, at that point, I mean, he gone.
And how much COVID does that dude now have? Because he has it.
That's a great question.
How much does he have?
Look, the air on the planes are recycled anyway. So, I mean, it's a good chance that a lot of people on that flight was exposed in some way, shape, or form. Everybody on that flight, all that air is recycled.
I'm gonna keep riding the car by myself with my mask on.
They were still struggling to like contact everybody that was on that plane to let them know, like, hey, you might want to get tested or whatever.
But I'm thinking everybody on the plane already knew.
For real. That's because what was happening was the airline was denying that it was COVID related, and then a bunch of people on Twitter jumped on, was like, nah, bro, I was on that flight, and the wife was like adamant that it was, coronavirus or whatever. Then the guy who performed CPR jumped in and was like, look, a lot of y'all know I was on that flight. I'm here to tell you it was definitely something COVID, blah, blah, blah. So eventually they had to backtrack on their statements and something else. And like Easy said, that they started having issues contacting all the people, but that'd be an interesting call too. It's like, hey, this is blank airlines. You might want to get checked.
For what?
For what?
Just
everything,
swab, blood, all that good stuff.
You gotta get tested again.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like,
you got to get tested again.
Like, does homeboy have COVID?
Yeah, that's a good question. We might want to do some research.
I was trying to ask Ez, do you have to go back and get tested again because of possible close contact, or No.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, okay. I haven't talked to anybody who got the test. Did you get the one that was like? What's that test like?
So they say that the rapid one is not as reliable. Mm. So I did 2 of them. So they swabbed me twice while I was there and tested both, and both came back negative. But you
did 2 non-rapids, right?
No, I did 2 rapids. Mm. And then but they say that the QCR, whatever, that's the one that comes back overnight, and that one's more reliable.
Yeah.
But basically, like, when you go, they test you, and then they have like a nurse practitioner or a doctor come in and basically like check you again and make sure that like you're not showing symptoms or nothing like that. So they're getting a little bit better about just swabbing people's noses and telling them to go away and look out for a text message or a call.
See, that's the other thing about this thing too. Is like they've made a lot of advancements in this, I guess, short period of time. I don't know how relative short is in terms of virology or whatever, but it got to be a different kind of test that they've discovered at this point. Like, you can't just keep sticking that thing way up people's nose. Like that's the only way to test for it. Like, there's no other test.
I thought there was a saliva and a blood one.
I think there is a saliva one.
I just every person I've talked to about it, just say they get the shove up the nose. They get the alien test.
I think if they do like a blood test, that's when they can pick up a lot of the antibodies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The nose one is because I learned this from the NBA bubble, that the one that's up the nose is the least expensive and most uncomfortable. So that's why folks are getting that one. So in the NBA bubble, if you were one of the people that were violating something and they caught you doing something, you got the test that was, up your nose violating you. But if you just regular getting tested from coming back out of the bubble, you got the blood, saliva, simple one that didn't hurt so bad. So break the rules, get the crude one, do the right thing, get the more expensive, faster result.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. All right, so I guess that means nobody has any plans for New Year's. That took a weird turn.
Instead of talking about New Year's plans, we talked about some COVID experiences.
Yeah, that is this show.
All right, so I'm not even gonna try to segue from COVID to the next topic, but Young Thug, right? I'm not sure if everybody's been kind of in tune with his interviews and stuff that have been happening lately. But one interview that he did a couple weeks back, he asked him, he was on T.I.'s Expeditiously podcast, and he asked him something, and then it ended up being like something about Andre 3000, and he was like, I can't name you 2 Andre 3000 songs, and then it kind of went down from there about him, questioning his legitimacy in terms of like the culture and him being a legend and stuff like that. Right. So fast forward to just yesterday.
Tiki's face is a meme. Tiki's face right now is a meme.
But wait, there's more. So fast forward to like yesterday, a day before, whenever this interview happened, I think they just posted it yesterday. They asked him something about doing a verses. And he said that there's a lot of artists that don't have 30 songs that people know like word for word. And he threw out Jay-Z. Well, he said, he was like, if you go to my concert, he's like, everybody gonna know every word to every song I perform. He's like, it's gonna be about 30, 40 songs. Like, everybody gonna know.
Hold on, this is what Young Thug said about himself?
Yes. Then he said,
I can't tell you one song that he sang.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you're not a fan, I'm pretty sure you probably won't.
Yeah.
But if somebody played one for you, then I'm pretty sure you're like, oh, yeah, I recognize that song.
Yeah, you've heard it. You've heard it somewhere.
But then he said, he's like, Jay-Z don't even have 30 songs that people can rap word for word for word for word.
Has he never met a real hip hop head? I can rap 30 Jay-Z songs now.
Look, hold on.
You
but
see, and
like
that's what gets.
2 seconds
that's why
later, he started kind of
coming for the
backtracking
millennial rappers, man, because they say stuff like this.
Yeah. But it was like 2 seconds later, he started kind of backtracking because the dude was like, well, he got a lot. He was like, yeah, he do got a lot. He probably got about 50. He was like, I'm just saying, by using Jay-Z's name, I'm just saying somebody that you think is the man. He was like, they probably ain't got songs like that.
So is he saying that he's more relevant than say a Jay-Z, or that he's more influential than say a Jay-Z? Like, what is his end game here?
I don't know how the rest of the interview went, but from the clip that was posted, and I think it was like a teaser for you to watch the rest of the interview, it basically was saying that in a versus match, there's not a lot of artists that can fuck with him, basically, in a versus, because there's so many people that know so many of his songs.
Has he never met a real hip hop head? Are you kidding me?
Now that I think about it,
I can rap 30 Jay-Z songs right now, probably.
Okay.
I don't agree with that part, but with the part about him going, he can't go toe for toe with Jay-Z. I disagree with that, but I will say he would be a tough opponent in a versus.
Agreed.
For what caliber of rapper? For like these new rappers, or for like a old school rapper?
But so here's the thing: you're not gonna put Young Thug up against like Most Def. Like that.
Exactly.
But I'm saying that just wouldn't match anyway, regardless of his new school or old school. Right. Like you wouldn't put Most
like he
Def
would have to go against a guy like Travis Scott, Lil Wayne. Like he'd have to go against somebody like that.
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded because Jay-Z, I don't mean to speak ill of anybody who's missing like but your grandmother knows who Jay-Z is. Your grandmother couldn't pick Young Thug out of a lineup.
That's fact.
He probably delivered her pizza or something.
Well, I will say familiarity doesn't necessarily make them more familiarity with the person doesn't make them more familiar with their music.
I'm going somewhere with this by saying that the way Young Thug is talking is like he's a household name like a Jay-Z. And
he's not multi-generational.
Yeah. Or for him to,
he's not multi-generational. He's not.
Or for him to take a shot at Andre 3000 like that, where I mean, you can make a case that Andre 3000 is one of the greatest ever to touch a microphone. I mean, it's really not an argument. He is, but I'm just saying, he got real ass skill, and to say something like that is like, go find somebody else to say that to. We talking about Andre 3000, man. Yeah. And
I don't know. Maybe he's caught up in like his own fame, because I think Young Thug has been very influential to the hip hop genre.
Yeah, there was an article that said he was
he started like
most
a whole
influential
new wave.
Artist. Yeah, he was the most influential artist of past decade.
I mean, the auto tune and just the, you know, people make fun of the mumble rap, but like he really got that shit started. So I think he's been influential in his own right. But
I'm not dismissing.
It sounds like his inner circle is a bunch of yes men. That's the point I was trying to get at. Yeah, like his inner circle is loyal as hell. They telling him everything he want here, like some Donald Trump stuff.
That's called a fool.
But
that is called being a fool, and young fools turn into old fools.
But part of the you know, being a rapper is feeling like you the man, right? Like you're supposed to feel like you the best. You're not supposed to admit like, nah, so yeah, somebody else can beat me in the verses. If somebody, it's like being an athlete. You always gonna be like, nah, I'm the best at what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of part of, or being a boxer, I would say. Like, I ain't gonna fight him because, you know, I might lose. Like, nah, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of the rapper persona, right?
And I mean, he's still very much like relevant and making music. So
yes, I would also.
It's not like he's just like slowly fading away.
Yeah,
he's definitely taking advantage of his.
We're not taking away from disagreeing with him with the fact that he is relevant. It's just, bruh, know your place. And I know it's like, oh, he's relevant, all this stuff. Like Jay-Z is like what Tiki was saying. He's generational, man. He started when Tiki and I were in high school. All right. Like probably 10th grade. And here he is where I got a teenage daughter who knows who he is. You know what I'm saying?
When Jay-Z first song?
Yeah. I don't think nobody's debating that either. But like,
no, I'm saying when he started popping, it was like,
gotcha.
Yeah, it was like 95, 96, no doubt.
Talking about No Doubt. Probably Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt.
This isn't as outrageous as like some other comments I've heard. Like Jacquees, for example, when he came out, he was like, I'm the king of R&B. I'm better than Keith Sweat. It's like, yo, dude, like, first of all, half of your catalog is just like you making other people's songs again, and you only have like 2 albums out. Yeah, you're talented, you make good music, but you're going a little way too far because like Trey Songz is better than you. Like, hold up. Like, try to work your way up.
Chris Brown better than you.
Well, Chris Brown's like a whole nother league, but that's what, like, you're not even better than like Tank or something like that. Like, hold up, bro. Like, you got some ways to go
hold on.
before you just start.
Tank got some writing credits on him. He does stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that one was just so out of pocket and so outrageous, and like he ran with it way too far.
It was definitely out of pocket. Because what he was what Jacques was trying to say, I'm the king of R&B for this generation, and I was like, that's a solid way to cover it. I mean, you know, to cover your statements. But he literally told Keith Sweat to his face, "I'm better than you." Like, he literally told the man that.
First of all,
did Keith tell him, "Boy, you was conceived off my music"?
He didn't say that in that video.
That's what he should have said. He should have said, "I had your mom in the room saying, 'Oh, baby, give it to me now, girl.'"
Come on.
I was gonna say I actually like Jacquees'. I think Jacquees can sing better than Keith Sweat, but he ain't got the catalog.
There's no denying his talent. The guy can sing. He's very talented.
I mean, you know, I'm not gonna like gas him up.
But there's
like he's an amazing singer. But
there's some people that want to talk to you. Brian McKnight, he wants to have a conversation with you. Like,
and we all know that Brian will put hands on you if it don't go right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Usher wants to have a conversation with you. Like, you jumped a bunch of people just to try to get a Keith Sweat.
The one that came out in my mind was like, you the king of R&B. Like, Chris Brown B-side stuff is better than anything you've ever put out in your life.
When he said he the king of R&B, I was like, you ain't even better than Bobby Brown. Like, and we all know he was the king.
Like, Chris Brown is like the bar. So you're basically saying that you're better than the best. And Chris Brown, I mean, we talked about this on the show before. Chris Brown is putting out some of the best R&B you ever heard in your life.
Yeah. But for Jacquees,
name 3 Jacquees songs. 15 years.
Name 3 Jacquees songs. Name 3 Jacquees songs. She can't.
What, 3 of them?
Name 3.
I probably could.
He got a song about making love to a girl.
I mean, that's
and like I have some of his songs in my playlist, and just because you put me on the spot, I can't even think of him right now.
Bullshit is one of his more recent ones. He got that new song with K Camp, What's on Your Mind, and then the first one that he came out with BED. I know.
Yeah, he got the bullshit song, like Khujoe said.
Didn't he do a song with the LMA girl, or he
Boot Up? Yeah, he did the Boot Up remix.
He got a song with Young Thug.
Man, y'all describing landmarks and not the actual building. I was like, name the songs. Y'all like that
right.
one, and
no,
then
I gave you all three names.
If this would have been unrecorded, random day, you texted me, I could have named you three, but because you put me on the spot on the show, I just gave you three.
I said,
put us on pause and go in the kitchen real quick and text it back and see what you come up with.
But if I say name 3 Chris Brown songs, it won't be all these. It'll be just like that. 3 Chris Brown songs.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true.
For real.
Easy.
And
3 Chris Brown
rock
songs.
you back to sleep songs.
3 Chris Brown.
3 Chris Brown songs. You got Run It. You got Excuse Me, Miss.
He went to his first
album.
Yeah. And then what was it? Crazy or whatever that song you got with Young Thug right now?
I mean, you could go many places. You could go, Deuces, Fine China.
I think the comments would have been more outrageous if somebody like Gunna would have went on T.I.'s show and said, Andre 3000, trash. Like, hold on, Gunna.
But there's been a lot of the younger rappers that have made those kind of like every new rapper that's come up. Well, I don't say every, but a lot of them have always kind of like, oh, I never listened to Tupac and Big, or they not that big of an influence, or I'm better than them kind of thing. And it's always been sort of kind of
there's some little asshole named like Lil Brillo Pad or something like that. He says some dumb shit like that.
It's trolling, but also at the same time, you got to consider when they grew up, right? It's like I've never listened to fucking right. I was gonna say Houdini. Yeah, Rakim. There you go. Thank you. I've never listened to Rakim. Rakim is not an influence to me. But you know what I'm saying? You ask somebody who came up in that era, Rakim was probably the biggest Big L and Rakim. I can't name you a Big L song. I don't know what he looks like, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, Big L's dead.
But all I'm saying is
let's start there.
In perspective. No, I'm saying I don't know. I know he's dead. I'm saying I don't know what his face looks like.
Well, he doesn't look like anything.
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't.
Wow. Wow.
This just went real morbid.
Yeah,
that's so morbid, bro.
I mean, he did look like something, dog. You could have tried to describe him. That's just terrible.
I have a segue. I can help us out of this.
Yes, let's go ahead.
Speaking of things that are dead, this Wonder Woman 84.
Oh man, wow.
It hurts.
Well, I haven't seen it, but just based on what my brother posted on Facebook, it sounds like it got like a 5% rating on Rotten Tomatoes the way he talked about it.
I saw more critics like it than I saw audience like it, and that's
I didn't see any critics like it.
But have you checked recently on what happened? Well, let me just do this here. All right, Khujoe, I don't know if you can do this in post, but if you can give me some type of radio show at the movies shit right here. But it's time for a radio show at the movies. High budget applause. All right.
Dude, hey, also put like right here, tangent incoming, because this is what it's about to be. This is not about to be a movie review.
Warning.
He's about to go on a tangent.
Oh, okay. So warning. This is your warning that a classic M16 rant is on deck. So whatever warnings, sirens you got to put here it goes.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, all right. So what Tiki brought up, if you are a subscriber of HBO Max or you just felt like you wanted to go to the movies for Christmas and deal with COVID, Wonder Woman 1984, after many different delays, finally dropped into your cereal bowl for you to see if you want to check it out or not. So a lot of people watched it this weekend. It had really good numbers as far as the theater and, people streaming it on HBO Max. So we're having our radio show at the movie segment, and I checked it out on, the day after Christmas. So on the 26th, I watched it. And I went into it I didn't really have any expectations. I thought it would be pretty good because the first one was pretty good. Like, people heaped a lot of praise on it. I was like, it's a watchable movie. It's a watchable movie. Okay. Wonder Woman 1984. It may be, possibly, it's okay. I'm not gonna call it the worst superhero movie of all time, but it's definitely
take it all the way.
The running.
Make this take hot as hell. Go for it.
Okay.
Boiling lava.
It's the worst. It's the worst superhero movie you've ever seen.
Oh,
It's
Man, I just knew you were
nonsensical.
going there. Hot take, man.
The villains are over the top.
So
There's virtually
worse than Spawn, worse than.
I mean, at least Spawn, it's bad with purpose. This movie insisted upon you that it was going to be good, and it's the exact
16,
opposite.
not to cut you off real quick. This take is so hot that your beloved Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 62%. So you are way on the opposite side of this. I throw that out
but
there
I
as
was
you
going
continue.
somewhere with that. Is that they
go
purposely
ahead.
screened this and released the reviews of the positive ones first because it started out as 89%.
Mm-hmm.
It has dropped from 89% to that 62 since it came out, including the user reviews on Rotten Tomatoes as well. It has gone here. So it went from 89 to 62.
Yeah, but that happens all the time, right? That's like what was it? Avengers and Black Panther both started out as like 100% or 99%, but then after the release box office weekend, they dropped to like low 90s.
I was years old when I found out that number was variable.
It is.
I thought once they released that number, it didn't change.
Oh no, because not everybody sees it at the same time. So like some critics get like
I thought it was like, they have a pool of users and a pool of critics.
No,
they give their reviews. They throw the number out there, and it's done.
Once it's over, it's gonna end up rotten. Once everything is done, it's gonna end up rotten.
I think they lock it in after a certain time. Like I can't go back and review Gone with the Wind right now and give it a bad rating. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's I think it locks in.
What's the threshold for rotten? Like what? 40%?
Anything 60 or above is fresh.
Oh, okay.
And she's at 62.
Yeah, and she started at 89%. All right.
Ooh.
All right. So this movie, I don't want to just keep dominating the segment, but I just have to say that this movie has virtually no action. The plot makes no sense. They completely trampled on everything that was built in the first movie, and whatever continuity they had with the Dawn of Justice and the Justice League, it went completely against everything that was in those movies that this is supposed to follow, technically in the storyline. It's a Wonder Woman movie that virtually doesn't have Wonder Woman in it. And she gets her ass kicked the entire goddamn movie. She get dragged the entire movie.
Oh, she didn't.
Yeah, she got dragged several times.
It wasn't the whole movie.
I mean, for what action she was in it. It's stupid, it's nonsensical, it's too much to keep up with, and it's long, and it's just bad.
This is the first movie where I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming this is the first movie where she's fighting another meta, right? Like, because in the first movie she was just fighting military, like she was fighting humans, right?
No, she was fighting a guy. Did you see the first one?
I mean, towards the end, yeah, but I'm talking about like you saying throughout the entire movie. She didn't fight Ares.
Yeah, the guy that was in charge of the military was what you call it?
Yeah, it's like a guy.
Yeah, but see, I'm saying that was revealed late, but she didn't fight him the whole movie. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. So
like
so that part.
Yeah.
About a meta human. This supposed to be this. Okay. We're going into spoiler territory here still.
No, don't, because I haven't seen it.
Okay, yeah. Let me jump in because I'm coming from the perspective of someone who hasn't seen the first one. I don't know the comic strip or the comic book history of it. So I'm coming in with just
like
no background.
Just this movie.
Just fresh, just this movie. And so I didn't think it was the worst thing I'd ever seen, but it was a bit lackluster for me. I was kind of like, and I had a hard time keeping up with stuff and figuring out like, okay, what's going on here? Luckily, my friend was watching it with me, and so they were able to give me like some backstory to kind of help me through it. And I was like, oh, okay, so all right. But like the way they did the boyfriend messed me up completely. I didn't like that. I could see why 16 would say that it was really nonsensical. It was nonsensical for a person who doesn't even know what's going on, and who isn't biased. It did seem like it went on for a while. It wasn't like totally action packed, but I thought like the opening was cool with like the Olympic type games. I thought that was kind of cool. And then
I heard some of that, yeah.
When it jumped to the mall scene, I thought that was kind of cool. It was funny. I was just like, oh, this is so classic 80s. Like, this is so cliche. So it was like corny funny. But I was like, okay, she's cool or whatever. But then it was just like, oh, okay. I guess for me, it didn't bridge how she got from the island to the US in 84. Like that kind of
the first one.
Okay. Well, they should have said you need to watch the first one first.
That's kind of what sequels.
That's kind of what
are.
Hey, look, hey, it was not Wonder Woman 2. It was a random year with it. Okay, so how was
exactly? And I guess it took me a while to figure out what the 84 even meant.
Tiki, it's on HBO Max too. You could have just watched the first one and then went right.
The first one is out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
It's okay.
So now, homework. Go watch the first one. And then see if it makes more sense. The second one makes more sense to you.
Because the first one, in my opinion, was really good. I thought that was like DC was like in a very bad slump up until that point. Yeah. I was like, "Whoo!" I'm glad some people over there still know what they're doing. Because
I agree because M16. So I want to say it might have been just this year or late 2019 when I saw. Early this year, late 2019, when I saw it. But M16 had framed that movie up to me the entire time like it was like below average. Like he didn't say it was terrible, but he was like, he kind of, gave that kind of response. And when I finally watched it, I was like, this isn't that bad. Like,
no, it was very good.
Yeah, it was very much like Captain America 1.
And
like
especially when you compare it to, the Superman movie, I can't think of which one came out right before that.
Man of Steel?
Yeah, Man of Steel. It looked amazing compared to Man of Steel because Man of Steel sounds like this movie.
Real quick, Khujoe. I actually appreciate Captain America, the first Avenger, more now than I did when I first seen it. Just throwing that.
Yeah, I remember you didn't like that one either. Yeah.
No, I didn't think it was bad. I just was saying that it wasn't.
Right. Yeah. I remember. I think at the time we were talking about it, he was like, that was the worst one in the MCU, but this was like, this might have been like the first Avengers movie or something like that. So it wasn't a lot, but yeah. I remember we talked about it.
But it's better than I remember it being.
Yeah, and Man of Steel ain't that bad either. It's just the timeline is what kind of fucked up. But we ain't gonna get into that.
It's so long, terrible. Don't get me started on that movie. That movie.
I will say that is. I have not seen a better fight scene in a superhero movie.
Terrible, random as fuck.
Oh no, the fight scene when they rolling through that field is some of the craziest stuff you ever see. But I still feel like the Batman warehouse fight in Batman versus Superman is up there as a great fighting scene.
Yeah, like he's stabbing niggas. Like Batman didn't care. Like that was But yeah, I think both of those movies get a little bit more slack than a little bit more flack than they deserve. Now, by any means, not saying anything great or Oscar worthy or nothing like that, but I think Man of Steel and BVS were okay. But of the two of you guys, if you had to give it a rating on like a grading scale, like school, A+ to F-, what would you give it? Tiki?
Hiding behind a text and a DM. All the shade and the subs, I see them. Entertaining a new friend, I see him. Hope he know that your love's on per diem. And even with your glass heart, I was hoping to be him. Getting all your attention, angel crossed with a demon. Why am I even fiending? Let you into my bloodstream screaming. I'm holding on to these minutes like I'm dreaming. Don't wake me. But where has the love all gone? Is this the end or just a phase? Or maybe my heart is wrong, but I need you to tell me face to face. You don't wanna talk, you're not gonna say nothing. Closures, all I'm asking for, and you're the closer. Up the door, Russian roulette, the gun in your holster. Got a bullet in the chamber with a chip on his shoulder. And my name on it, so let me have it, I'm ready. You savage for holding on to it, the damage was done already. You got me in the dark, all I'm holding on to is shadows. So let me put my temple up to the barrel, now pull it. But where's the love? it clear, but still we right back here. I can write a 4-page letter how I feel, but I don't think that'll be enough for you. You let go, I hold on, I love you, it's so strong, but it's not the way that you want it, the way that you want it. I can give to you. Oh, yeah. But where is the love, oh Lord? Is this the end or just a phase? Or maybe my heart is wrong, but I need you to tell me face to face.
I'm gonna give it like a C.
Okay, wait, I gotta ask. Are you including D as a grade too? Because in a lot of counties they took D's out. So it's A, B,
Oh,
C,
I didn't
and
know
F.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I was coming up and they got rid of D's after middle school, elementary school, something like that. So
Why?
for a good portion
Man,
of my
I'm just learning a
schooling-
lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why they got rid of D's?
Fulton County, I think Atlanta Public, maybe. I don't know, but I know for sure Fulton County
D was my saving grace at some point.
No,
For
it
real.
was A,
D
B,
was-
C, and F. That was it. So
Ooh.
anyway, I just had to make sure for.
Well, I'm old school. I do
So
old
was
school
the grading
math,
scale
so
for C?
So
like a C was like a
70.
a 70 something all the way to a 60 something.
Right. So where am I from being okay to being grounded when it comes to that?
Anything 69 and below, you are grounded.
Okay.
Because that's the F.
wasn't a 69 already an F?
No, like in college,
A 70 was a D.
scale,
Yeah, 69 was a F because a 70 was a D. Like it was like from 70 to like 79 and anything that was 70 to 78 and then 79 starting that was a B, a low B, 80, 81.
You skipped C.
Yeah, because I wouldn't.
Whatever.
A 79 was not a B.
Oh well.
Yeah. So anyway, so 69 and below was F, 70 to 79 was C, 80 to 89 was B, and then 90 and above was A.
Yeah, for me, I had to write it down because I got confused. Yeah, 100 to 90 was an A, 89 to 80 was a B, 79 to 70 was a C, and then 69 to 60 was a D.
Yeah, they got rid of all that shit. So 69, you failed.
Damn.
Yeah, because we were on the 10-point scale.
They put D's out there with Pluto.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Tiki was
I'm
giving
gonna
her a review.
I'm gonna give it a C because I liked the fashion. When she went to that party, she stepped out the car in that white dress with the high thigh split. That shit was nice as hell. She was wearing the hell out of that.
I've seen
And
that
she
one on
had
the
it-
commercial.
And she had it with that button down like shirt with it. I was like, oh, that shit is hot. And so I'm gonna give it a C just because I like the fashion in it. Yeah.
All right, 16. We know it's either a D or a F, so lay it on us.
Well,
you literally called it one of the worst superheroes.
Yeah, right.
So
You can't give it a
it's a
passing
C
grade.
or
No,
above. Yeah,
I just want to preface what I'm about to do with the other things I didn't get a chance to add in. It was an 80s movie with no 80s music in it. Again, the story was nonsensical. They had certain points in the movie where you're supposed to be emotional and you're just sitting there like, just like this.
So not vested in the character.
No, not at all. It's just, I feel like part of it that they kind of knew, like, sure, we're gonna put this out in theaters, but let's put this out at home because this isn't really very good. They just seemed like they was going through the motion. So
okay, let me ask you real quick before you give your final grade.
Yes.
Did Kristen Wiig as a villain have any effect on you?
I actually thought that up until she got to the point where she was becoming the villain, she actually was okay. And then it just went over the top. Like, okay. Tiki, you're a woman, you walk around all the time. Do men just randomly catcall you no matter where you walk? It just happens to be a guy on the corner say, hey baby, how's it going? Hey,
yes, I do get, hey big girl, what's up, a whole lot. Hey big red. I get like, that shit. Like, yes.
You would be surprised how often women get like.
But that is just hideous. And I'm sorry.
It is hideous. It is.
Well, let me just put a ball on this because we talked about this terrible movie long enough that this movie gets a D. I'm not gonna give it a flat out F.
But it's one of the worst superhero movies.
Right, but I don't want to just give it an F because that means there was nothing redeeming about it. So I'm gonna give it a D.
Okay, so what between 69 and 60? What kind of D is it?
Oh, it's a 60. So let's not get it twisted.
Okay,
it's flirting with an F. But the opening sequence was entertaining, and there were a couple of scenes in there where you chuckle. But overall, it's a 60. It's a strong pass on my part. If I'm suggesting somebody that they want to watch a popcorn movie, watch something else. But it's on HBO Max. It ain't costing you anything more or less, so watch it.
What was that grade? What was that grade again?
It's a 60.
All right. Well, I guess while we're on the topic, has anybody seen the Batman trailer?
They dropped another one?
No, this was yesterday. Like this was a full 3-minute like trailer.
Oh no, I have not seen that yet. I tell you what, the beauty of this, I'm about to, while y'all talking amongst yourself, I'm gonna watch this real fast.
I was about to say you gonna spend 3 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all talked about this last week, but it seems like a lot of people are not fans of the Coming to America 2 trailer.
Oh,
saw it.
I'll reserve my comments. I don't want to.
First of all, I don't want to look at the trailer now and the movie's not coming out to March because when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, let's watch. It's going to come on this weekend. And then it said March 3rd. I was like, March 3rd?
That's the feeling you got from the trailer is let's watch it?
Yes!
Oh my god. Hey, bro,
It's filmed here. I like to watch everything filmed here.
Look, man, I saw when they started dropping the photos, they was like, oh, they got these new pictures released from the set. And it shows, this person. I looked at the pictures, I'm like, okay, I'll wait to pass judgment. Then I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm passing judgment.
What I don't understand is like the barbershop scene, right? Everybody in the barbershop was already 70 and 80 in the 80s. Right. How they still the same age 30 years later? Yeah. They haven't aged.
No, the main dude, that'd be $8. I forget his name. The main barber, he looked a little bit older. They looked like they put age spots, freckles or whatever on him. But like you said, the other dudes that was in there that was already extra.
The Jewish man, the same age.
Yeah, the Jewish dude, he the same age.
Yeah,
that was.
He on the same outfit. They ain't bought him no new clothes in 30 years.
Look, now, okay, here's one of those takes where it's like we talk all the time about sequels and prequels and whatever. And I'm like, if they were going to want to continue this Coming to America universe, I would have rather seen a movie with all the side characters than for it to be focused on, Akeem and Simi and that. Like do a whole movie about the barbershop. I'd watch that. Do a whole movie about sexual chocolate and the Reverend and the townspeople, the McDowells. I would have loved to have seen a movie about the McDowells and their legal problems against McDonald's and how that whole town exists once Hakeem left. You know what I mean? I don't want to see a predictable child-related story. I don't know, man.
Because now they got him out there having some old illegitimate kid. Now he out there on Mari talking about you the daddy. So like he got to go back to America to find this child. Like, who the mama of this baby? Was it somebody from the nightclub? Was it the one that said,
so that's the premise.
I'll eat you and your friend too? Like, was it that shit? Like, who is the mama? Was it the sister? Because didn't somebody get with her?
I worship the devil.
Yes.
I want to star my own videos, and then I want to produce my videos, and then
it's one of the chicks.
Can't no man handle me. Yeah. Like I don't understand. Yeah, like I don't understand. So
that's what
I hate they made it about the
premise of the
paternity.
Movie. Yeah, it's that he slept with somebody before he met Lisa, and I'm like, that's weak. They could have come up with something better than that. But anyway, not even just talking about the premise. When I saw the trailer and the first 3 seconds of the trailer was that classic played out 90s, oh hell no joke that every black comedy seems to have. Like that was the punchline of the joke. Like, oh, we have to go back to America. Oh, hell no, your majesty. Cut scene, went to the next scene. That was the punchline for that scene. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna miss this one.
I'm gonna see it.
It's included with your Prime subscription. That's how they get it, because it's not like
time. I value my time way too much. It's a lot of movies that I missed out on just because I don't want to waste.
If that's the case, then you should probably go ahead and skip Wonder Woman 1984. Then,
but I'm gonna follow the rest of the universe. Like I kind of have to see it. Like I'm not gonna Coming to America 9. You know, there's not gonna be an Avengers Coming to America where they join up with the Nutty Professor and other Eddie Murphy characters.
Oh, that would be funny.
No, not at all. But I just the Batman trailer looks pretty good, by the way.
You just watched it?
Yeah.
I'm now intrigued.
Yeah. This is pretty damn good. I like what I saw. I like what I saw from the first trailer. So yeah. Sign me up, man. Twilight looked like he's gonna be very menacing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this looks like and like I said, I can't spoil the trailer, but when he laid dude on the ground and just continued to wallop, and all you heard was like a skull crunch noise, I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, this is like the Ben Affleck Batman. We're gonna see some real shit.
Yeah, somebody about to get their face knocked off their face, and that's what you want from your Batman, you know?
Yeah.
So and then this Riddler looks like he needs some psychiatric help.
Oh yeah,
big time.
This is the Heath Ledger Joker equivalent to a Riddler. Like this is
go on and sign me up for this one. This seems like this is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm now on board. At first I was still.
Is this getting dropped on HBO Max also?
I have no idea. If they're making me pay for it, I'm probably not gonna pay for it. I'll wait.
Oh. But if they dropping that sucker on HBO Max, then let's get it.
I'll be right there a week later. I don't know why I procrastinate watching stuff. I just do.
I mean, because that's the beauty of on demand. You watch it when it's convenient for you. You know.
But I gotta like even if I have time, like I've probably had time to watch Wonder Woman, since Christmas, and I'm just like, I kind of got to be in a mood to really give it an honest, like, sit down and evaluate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the same way with music. It's been like 5 albums that have dropped in the past 2 months that I'm like, oh yeah, I got to hear that. And then I haven't just given it the time to. And
it's too many to keep up with. Weren't we supposed to review T.I.'s album when it came out? Libra.
Still ain't heard it.
Yeah. And
we did finally check out 2 Chainz.
Still ain't heard it. Wanted to.
I like it. I like Quarantine.
Pluto and Baby Pluto. Still ain't heard it. Jesus Recession 2. Still ain't heard it. Actually, I listened to, I think about 3 or 4 songs on Recession 2. I'm lying.
I mean, but see, you got to think about it. Like, if it's not part of your routine, like part of my day is spent listening to music and or podcasts, whether I'm just sitting down or whatever. So it's a portion of my day that I would have to listen to an album. But if you think about it, man, if most of the time you were listening when you're in the car, we're in the middle of a pandemic. How far are you driving? What are you doing right now to listen to it? So that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
How far are you going? You going to like the Publix that's in your neighborhood, and how far is that? 10 minutes maybe at most?
No, not like I stay like it's less than half a mile to the next traffic light where the Publix is.
Man, you sound like me, man. Like I might be able to get through maybe 1.5 songs.
Yeah, that's it. I can
if I don't hit that light, it might be just one song.
I can listen to a 411 Pain song. You know what I'm saying? By the time I get to call when you get hit Bethune, I can listen to one of those when I get to the light, and that's it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, even before the pandemic, my commute got cut down when I changed over to my new company, and because before, you know, when we was working at that other company, I had a good 30 minutes, maybe counting traffic, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe 30, 40 minutes in the car. So I had a good little opportunity to listen to some music. Shit, man, my commute got cut down to like 10 minutes. So
yeah, you don't have no, you find out how much of that stuff is part of you driving somewhere when you do that. So that's probably part of it. So when things get back to whatever normal is, you'll notice that you start listening to music again, a little bit more, you know. And that was a radio show at the movies. Tiki and I with our critique of Wonder Woman 1984, Enter at Your Own Risk.
We may do a follow-up.
You've been warned.
After everybody else on the show watches.
Yeah.
He's back so we can just in time. And speaking of being there just in time, our co-host Tiki has a story that she'd like to share, and take it away. I won't even frame it up. It tells itself.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask you guys your opinion. I was hoping Diva would be here so I can get another girl's opinion, but the three of you will suffice.
Easy, sorry.
Oh, let's see if we can get her to jump on real quick.
No, it's okay. I know she's working with clients, so it's okay.
All right.
No, go ahead. No, bother her, Khujoe, please. Bother her.
I ain't gonna stop nobody's money.
She'll be all right. She can spend it.
She'll make it back on her OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, she get it for them. All right. So my question was, this is the situation. So the other weekend I was about an hour or so outside of the city, and the party that I was meeting, as we were leaving, the car wouldn't start. And so we ended up having to go in, and we just so happened to have stopped at a truck stop. So I went in, bought a pair of jumper cables because apparently I didn't have a pair in my car, and they didn't have a pair in their car either. So I went in, got the jumper cables and everything, and right as we were getting ready to hook them up, my friend calls, right? And at this point, we hadn't really been chatting really long or anything. I'm gonna read the question exactly how I posed it to you guys. If I recently met someone and today I'm out with someone that has car trouble, and the dude immediately tries to troubleshoot the situation and offers to FaceTime me through the fix because I'm 90 minutes outside the city, is that the appropriate response? Should he have asked if I have AAA, or should he have asked to come pick me up? Or, you know, like, what should he have done? So I'm not saying that what he did was right. I'm not saying that what he did was wrong. In fact, I already told him that I was just posing the question to the group as a devil's advocate, and that he did nothing wrong. Like, his response was perfect. I just want to get you guys' opinion on it.
So how far, you say you were how far outside the city?
Like an hour to hour and a half outside the city.
From where he was?
Yeah.
Ooh, man. 16 has several questions.
I'm like an hour to hour and a half outside of Atlanta.
Right, but I mean, like this, and
he would have been about. Yeah, he would. Yeah, so he would have been in Atlanta as well. So still would have been like an hour to an hour and a half away from where he was.
And are you able to disclose the relationship with said individual?
What do you mean? What do you mean disclose the relationship?
Like what kind of relationship do you have
acquaintances?
I mean, so at that point, we were probably just like recently just started talking. Like, we're dating now, but we've just been talking at that point.
So you're in the courting phase.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. M16, do you have any additional questions?
I sure the fuck do.
Well, first of all, this music is not appropriate.
Sorry.
I'm going to see if he asked the same question that I also had in my head, but didn't ask.
Okay. So Khujoe kind of was alluding to one of them where the first thing is where are we in said relationship. The second thing to consider with this, with the call, is we are in the middle of a pandemic. So just running to be in close quarters with somebody ain't really something I'd be feeling right now at the moment. Another thing also to consider too is this person, you know, you're calling them, are they car savvy? Do they know what they're doing?
I did not call. They just happened to have been calling me right as this was transpiring. And so they were like, what are you up to? And I was like, well, and I explained the situation. So then he immediately jumps into troubleshoot mode, which really impressed me. But I did not call. I wasn't trying to call it to be rescued. I wasn't a damsel in distress.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, 90 minutes out is pushing it when it comes to coming out to come out there and rescue you. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. Like it's gonna be at this, you know. Only somebody that could call me that far out is my wife can call me and be 90 minutes out, and I'm coming running. Somebody that Well,
first of all, what you doing that far out there? That's my next question.
My wife. Yeah, let's focus on that. Like, why are you 90 minutes away? Yeah, but that's another thing. So everything is based on where we are in the relationship. If it's brand new and you're like, yeah, so I'm just stuck out here, and it's like, well, you might want to call your insurance company and figure out what's going on, you know, and see what's up.
Would your answer change depending on the status of draws getting?
Okay, would it change my answer?
Yes.
That has a lot to do with it. Yeah. Like if we just casually, you know, I just use my Groupon on a date, and you know, you're calling me like that, and we're trying to get established. I'm like, you know, you let me know when you get home. You know, make sure you're safe. You give me.
I'm saying, but if this is the timeline of dating, you're still in the phase where you've not yet crossed over after getting the draws. You know what I mean? Like you're still in here. Does that change your response? Is my question.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. So if no draws have been gotten at this point, what's the response?
I mean,
B or MCC?
Either, both.
Oh,
both.
I don't think mine would change. Honestly, if I've already gotten the draws and we're still talking at this point, then obviously I've enjoyed said draws. So I don't think my response would change. I would likely.
90.
I don't think my response would change either.
I don't think so.
I don't think my response would change.
No, but I will say I probably would. Knowing myself during that phase of a relationship, I probably would have driven to go get you.
So just offering to FaceTime you would have been like, nah, but you would have actually driven to go?
Well, first of all, because I'm not gonna say hate, but I am not a huge fan of trying to walk somebody through something over the phone, because especially if we're in the talking phase, I may or may not be the most patient person in that moment if you're not getting what I'm telling you. So I would have probably just driven out there and just be like, oh, and that probably would have gotten me extra brownie points, maybe hoping for some roadhead on that long ass ride back. You know,
not the roadhead.
That would have been what's on my mind. Just being completely honest, Mike.
Yeah.
It sure is dark. We sure got a long way to go. So yeah. I did just drive way out here, you know, not
90 whole minutes, you know. I drove the first half of Wonder Woman out here to come make sure you were cool.
Wait, first half? What are you trying to tell me?
Man, the movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes, man.
Was it really that long?
Yes.
Wow. See, that's another thing. They're making movies longer now.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Run times are getting increasingly, excessively long.
Yes.
I like a long movie.
I mean, it's
I'm
good.
paying for it. I like a long movie. Yeah, I don't want to pay all this money to go see 62 minutes worth of movie. Like, I'm good for it.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway.
Yeah,
so 16. Okay, so at this point, no draws have been gotten. What's your response?
Ooh, I mean, let me say this now that I don't focus everything on just. I'm a person, and my brother will tell you, I base what I do for you based on where we are in the relationship, including where I'm taking you to eat somewhere. It's based on where we are in the relationship, where certain things are reserved for certain people. So if we're not under the understanding that, because I don't know how many niggas you talking to and all this other stuff, like I need to know where I stand with that. Like if I'm number one and you're number one, then I'm gonna treat you that way. But if we're in a stage where it's like we're doing our thing, but we see each other on a regular, I'm not gonna just come running just because you're asking me for something or because you need something. We need to have an understanding of where we are in the relationship before I just start being, you know, it's the same way where if you're a woman who wants to become a wife, you don't give the guy wife type things before you become said wife. It's basically what I'm getting at. So like I said, if my wife calls me and she's 90 minutes out, I'm coming running to where she is to go help her out.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna mention. Like, if you're in the talking phase, just as a guy, from a guy's perspective, you don't want to go do this heroic act of driving 90 minutes, go and help the damsel in distress, and then 2 weeks later y'all not talking anymore. 16 kind of alluded to it and just didn't say it, but the guy don't want to waste his time going help you do something, and then y'all end up not even talking anymore anyway.
Or this my friend, you know, my homeboy. And I just drove 90 motherfucking minutes.
I was being extra mannish and slightly, there was some humor behind what I was saying before about getting the draw. But it's really like, you know what I'm saying, like really, you know, where I see this relationship going. But it's like if we've talked and we've already spent this amount of time together, you know, we're in that courting phase, or whether or not I've gotten the draws or not, it's just where the relationship is going. If I'm spending this amount of time with you, and like M16 kind of mentioned, if we're exclusive, then yeah, I'm gonna start doing that type of stuff for you. Like I definitely wouldn't mind. But like I say, it just depends on, you know, what our relationship is. And either way, I think just the type of person I am, I probably would have driven there anyway. If it ends up being away, because like I said, worst case scenario is I wasted an hour and a half and I got some roadhead on the way back. Like, then we don't talk in 2 weeks. You know, I got a cool story about how I got roadhead for an hour and a half.
Just like this.
But see, where I differ from Khujoe,
you don't want the roadhead.
I'm like that. No, I didn't say all that. I'm saying from a perspective.
Let's not take that off the table now.
Whoa.
You watch your mouth.
But what I was gonna say was, I'm more like the help desk. I'm gonna try to help you figure this out over the phone, because it could be something as simple as, you know, when you call help desk, it's really something as simple as restarting your computer, or you might have something like one of the cables that goes to the wire to the batteries loose. Like, you might have something really simple going on that could be fixed over the phone. Yeah. So
now, look, thank you for saying that, because I want to just say that I'm not just going to like, oh, you did put on my cape and run out the door. I'm going to ask some basic questions first, like, you know. So
I think him FaceTiming you to like look at the situation and try to walk you through whatever happened. I don't know what was the end result, like if he fixed it over the phone or not, but I think the fact
was
that
he wasn't driving 90 minutes. That was the end result.
Well,
what time was it?
Like about 1 o'clock on a Sunday.
Afternoon?
During football?
Oh, in the afternoon? Yeah, that is during football.
Yeah. So that's the variable that changed, not the draws. But
if he FaceTime you during football and his squad was on TV, you know, hey, kudos to him. Obviously, you still like him because y'all are dating, but yeah, kudos to him.
To the playoffs.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up.
We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about said guy. We don't know.
Probably not going to the playoffs.
Shut up.
Okay. But did he, like, when he FaceTime you, did that like give you fix the problem, or?
Yeah, it did assist in fixing the problem, and like it was a really like a 5-minute thing. It didn't take any time, and then, you know, he asked like the appropriate follow-up questions. So I mean, it was cool. Like I said,
his time driving down there to meet you, and it, like you said, it got fixed in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's just as heroic of an effort. Driving down there.
That was my follow-up question. So Tiki, as from your perspective, whether or not you include you're a woman as part of that. I don't want to say as a woman, but from your perspective, if you drove down there versus walking you through it on FaceTime, would that have been extra points?
It would have, because like I said, it wasn't even my car. It was the party that I was meeting. It was their car. So it's not even like he's coming to pick me up, like he finna fix somebody else's car that's going the opposite direction, and then still got to ride back behind me because my car good.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, so
the extra points may or may not have gotten him some type of automotive related fellatio. Is all I'm trying to.
I don't know why Khujoe's riding that point so hard. All right.
Y'all missed him 60. He can't stop.
I see him back there.
He missing
it. I see it.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's how I was saying. Would it FaceTiming and resolving the issue is definitely nice because he obviously did not even have to do that. But I think what I was trying to ask is it extra points for him if he would have actually driven out there? And I would have done it for the extra point, but
yeah, of course it would have been like extra points. But I mean, yeah, because it was a really simple fix, and I understood the rationale was like, hey, let me see if I can walk you through it before having to come out there, because then you'll be sitting out there waiting for an hour and a half for me to get there.
Yep. I was just about to say he could be halfway there, and then you call him back and be like, hey, we're on the road, and it's like, well,
exactly.
Where's the next exit so I can turn around and go back?
Exactly. Then I would have felt like really bad about it. So then I would have owed him automotive fellatio, I guess.
So now we're in the age where she don't have to sit there. and then we definitely are
16th to my right. So that's the logo.
That's the logo.
It'll be like white outliner, blue background, just like the NBA logo. You know.
The L in fellatio got like little drips coming off of it.
Ew. Hey, I don't even think the NBA logo is that detailed, man.
Nah, we gonna do it.
Oh, that's too funny. But I gotta be looking down.
No, one hand on the wheel. We got to promote some kind of safety.
Wait. Well, if we're forward thinking here, more than likely this is an EV vehicle, so you can do this.
Very true.
And the car's driving itself for you.
Very true. I got.
We can just be stationary. I drove 90 minutes. I might need a break. So,
it's not the same. It's not the same level of excitement because I'm parked.
Oh, okay, I guess that would be the equivalent of getting it from in your driveway. I don't know.
Yeah, right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We can just go sit in the car real quick, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I want to drive.
No, it's pretty much great stationary moving.
I'm not turning it down. Is what I'm saying, but given the choice, we're already driving. I'm not pulling over.
Khujoe had the line of our previous incarnation of the show when it concerns fellatio. It's hilarious. I don't want to misquote him. But he basically said, the woman who woke up one morning and was like, you know what? Penis, mouth. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
He's like.
She should be celebrated. That should be a holiday. Like she just woke up like, I'm going to put a penis in my mouth.
So that lady is the equivalent of the caveman that was like, I'm going to make a wheel today.
Yeah, no, she should be above that. Like I think we could have been okay without wheels.
Wheels and fire?
Fire, maybe not. I mean, we need fire because that kind of started the whole, us changing our environment.
So we would have been okay without wheels.
Yeah, we'd have been all right without wheels. The Flintstones did okay. I mean, they got around. No, they had wheels.
The Flintstones. Yeah, I forgot about them.
They had wheels.
But they had a wheel on the back of their car.
They did. That's what I say. They had wheels. We would have been all right. There's plenty of horses. Trust me.
Interesting.
We could have survived.
We could have survived. Could we survive without fellatio? I don't want to imagine that world, to be perfectly honest.
A world with no fellatio.
That's a world I don't want to live in, man.
You know how much more war there would be?
So fellatio is keeping the war ratio down?
Yeah. Fellatio is keeping North Korea from trying to nuke us.
So fellatio is what's keeping it going.
Yeah. Where it's like, I'm just going to do this.
I guarantee there will be a lot less aggressive men out there. And aggressive men are ones who typically start wars and violence and stuff. If they were just getting flatiated every, more often, that's just.
Khujoe, I believe you also had another great phrase from one of your snack plugs, which we're about to get into right now. It's something. It was a certain brew that you were drinking that had a great catchphrase.
Oh, let us be the first thing in your mouth in the morning.
Oh.
That's Snack Plug brand coffee, patent pending.
Oh.
Wow.
Coffee. It's coffee. Let us be the first thing in your mouth in the morning. It's the best part.
That's like the equivalent of those Sling commercials. I like it.
Don't even brush your teeth. Just go straight for the coffee before you clean your mouth.
You drink, right?
Figure it out.
I don't drink coffee, but like
I don't drink coffee either. But I feel like if you brush your teeth then drink coffee, that's a weird taste. I would think.
Yeah.
So you drinking coffee on stank mouth? On stank mouth?
Yeah, and then you brush your teeth afterwards.
Yeah, and then you clean it one good time.
So
because now you got coffee stained teeth.
Would you be giving out kisses on said sleep mouth, or do kisses have to wait until after you've brushed?
I think in any scenario, kisses should wait till after you brush.
So you gotta wait to kiss, but coffee can get stank mouth. So then your mouth smell like coffee and stank mouth.
The only thing being affected here is the coffee cup. So
right. Now I will say I don't brush my teeth, but pandemic time, I don't brush my teeth before I eat breakfast.
I do. When I get up in the morning, I got a specific routine. I have to use the bathroom and I got to brush my teeth before I do anything.
Yeah, because it's going to taste weird. Then I got to wait to eat breakfast. So I got to wait for the mint toothpaste taste to get out of my mouth and then eat. Well, I want to eat and then brush out the stuff
I still have to go to work, so I don't have time to sit down and eat breakfast. But on the weekends when I'm off, I brush my teeth after eating breakfast as well.
Hey.
I literally brush that's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. I literally brushing my teeth.
So then how do you eat breakfast?
I'll use the bathroom, wash my face, then go fix breakfast.
I'm not a huge breakfast.
I can't have the crusty face going into the kitchen. That's just,
I don't want my mouth and face crusty going in the kitchen. So I gotta do that. I gotta wash my face
and stuff. I don't immediately eat breakfast when I wake up in the morning. Like after I've done all that, I don't immediately okay, I gotta eat something. I'm not really a huge breakfast person anyway. I mean, I will eat something, but that's later on.
So y'all brush your teeth, y'all done chill for a while, then you go eat breakfast.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting
it. Yeah, I mean, if I'm brushing my teeth, that's one of the first things I'm doing. By the time I get around to eating breakfast, I've already gotten myself ready and did a whole bunch of running around first.
Okay, all right, well that's fair.
It's not
I thought y'all were eating breakfast with toothpaste flavor already in your mouth. I'm like, I couldn't do it.
No, I mean, there's at least a solid 30-minute gap in between.
I got you. Now that's the time I use in the bed to kind of level set that I am now awake. So sometimes I'll just sit in the bed for 15 minutes.
You do need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go and eat breakfast or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know how they got to that point, but just
I mean, this is this show. This is what we do. But real quick, before we get to Khujoe Sack Plug, I need everybody's finger guns on this one. I just want to toss this out here real fast that if you want to be a guest on the radio show, email the radio show inbox at gmail.com. Nobody's doing finger guns except, there we go. All right, the radio show inbox at gmail.com. Yes, because our calendar is fairly open for January and February. So if you feel like you got an interesting story, hit us up. The radio show inbox at gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at It's The Radio Show. We welcome all questions, comments, concerns, whatever. All right.
Oh. And I'm actually going to share my screen because I am sort of kind of slightly prepared. Oh, you can't play the music?
It's playing. It's playing.
No, I'm saying, can I share a screen and while you playing the music?
Yes.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, sorry. Y'all can see it.
Okay, Kettle. Shout out to Kettle.
Did it stop the music?
Very good, Chip.
I guess it did. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So, as you can see on your screen there, Kettle brand potato chips. Now, if you haven't had Kettle brand potato chips, this is going to be a plug section if you follow my page.
Well, I got you here, Khujoe, because first of all, they are great.
Thank you. I can look. We can't speak enough about how great Kettle.
Yeah. We would need a whole show just to talk about how good Kettle is.
Stay tuned next week. We may dedicate an entire show to Kettle brand chips, or at least a topic.
Sweet.
But yeah, so they have a limited edition flavor, apple cider vinegar. Now, this is to throw, a wrench in all the pumpkin spice and peppermint shit that you see every season. Nothing against those, but I really appreciated the thought in a potato chip brand bringing out a limited edition flavor for, you know, a seasonal flavor. Like you really don't typically see that with chips and, you know, salty snacks. Well, sometimes they do. Like I saw today, Smart Food got a snickerdoodle with popcorn. I'm not trying it. I don't get the snickerdoodle appeal. But anyway, apple cider vinegar. This is a very interesting twist on traditional salt and vinegar. I honestly didn't know what to expect when I first saw the bag picked. I'm like, apple cider vinegar. Like, are these chips gonna heal me? Because, you know, apple cider vinegar with the mothers in it supposed to be like the cure-all for every disease and ailment of all time. But
facts, especially in the Black community.
Man, what? I think apple cider vinegar might work better than ginger ale and Sprite. But
I don't.
Well, hold on. Robitussin's got something to say about that.
Just go lay down. That's the cure for everything.
No.
But yeah, so apple cider vinegar. So when I finally tasted it, I was like, oh, this is salt and vinegar. Looked at the ingredients, it's sea salt and apple cider vinegar powder, which is essentially the same ingredients aside from apple cider vinegar powder that they use when they make salt and vinegar chips.
I did not know that.
Yes, super dope. For anybody that is a fan of salt and vinegar, that's not a flavor. I don't dislike salt and vinegar, but it's definitely not in my top 3, like chip flavors. But I really did appreciate, like I said, the uniqueness of this particular, because you do get kind of an appley kind of finish, you know, from like when you're drinking apple cider vinegar, you know, in the chip. But if you don't, it's still just a salt and vinegar chip with sea salt, kettle cooked, and you can't go wrong with that. So I'm plugging everybody to that, man. I really think if you can find it and get your hands on it, it might still be in stores. I'm not sure because it's a limited edition, but Kettle, apple cider vinegar, go for it.
So be bringing it every week with this snack plug, and also on his YouTube page, man. And you know, check him out. He's got his handle right there on the screen. You can see it. That will lead you right to the snack plug as well, because you know he's promoting that on his page. We promote it on the radio show page. I did have a question about this snack real quick, Khujoe.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm a big like sub sandwich person. So can these go with a sub? Or are these meant to be eaten solo?
So that is very interesting that you mentioned that, because when I posted this, I got a few people. One guy who's kind of a chef. Well, he's a chef. And he mentioned that he would use these as like a crust on, what the hell did he mention? We say pork loin or something. Something where you traditionally use some kind of crust on it or whatever. And I thought, yes, anything that you can crumble up chips or breadcrumbs, panko, whatever, I would definitely use this as a substitute to add kind of an added element of flavor to it. Sub sandwiches, yes. If you're the type of person that puts your chips inside the bread and eat it like a sandwich, that vinegary flavor would, you know, kind of like people that get oil and vinegar on their sandwiches, but, you know, in kind of an extra crunch texture, stuff like that. So that'd be super dope. I think this chip would pair well with a lot of stuff. So yes, to answer your question, yes.
Cool.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Yeah, but I think if I can find another, because the bag is gone. If I can find another bag of this, I'm definitely gonna try to crumble it and crust it with something. I just got to think of
That's
what.
cool.
Yeah.
Because it's an unorthodox flavor that you wouldn't consider that they put on a chip. So
Yeah.
that is.
I mean, you know, most of it is, like I said, it boils down to it's really just salt and vinegar. But I think, like I said, with it being apple cider, you get it like a little appley kind of finish on the back end, and it's interesting. It's good flavor. I like it.
I'm with it. I mean, you be coming up, man. You know, the things that you find and stuff is very innovative, man. Good stuff, man. Sorry to cut the theme song off. Damn technology.
Yeah, it's all good. I think so. I thought when I shared it was going to do it anyway. So
it said multiple people can share. It didn't mean, you know, if multiple people are sharing, that means we should both be able to do it at the same time. But whatever, it's cool. Zoom knows what it's doing.
Yeah. You don't read the instructions when you start doing stuff. You just do it. Like on Christmas, your kids get all these toys.
Also,
like, just look at the box, put it together.
My wife has caught on to my catchphrase, Easy. Miss Christina's caught off when I say whatever. It's cool. You know what you're doing.
Yep,
she knows what it means.
Hey,
now.
You messed around and you said that phrase, and she gave you a stink eye. I can just see the scene in my head now. You told her something.
Yep. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's cool. You know what you're doing. And the look she shot at me, I was like, oh, she knows what that means.
She knew that was you low-key giving the middle finger. She's catching on.
Yes. And I'm still going to say it.
Okay. Just make sure you out of the reach of the belt.
I was gonna say, just make sure you're not within throwing distance.
Yeah,
throw stuff.
bobbing and weaving. You know.
I don't know, man. It's like when this goes back to your grandmother. If she want to make it to you, she'll make it bend the corner if she's throwing something at you. If she really want to get you,
right?
I don't know how, but yeah, easy. Are we gonna fight about something tonight, or do you have one?
We can, Tiki, if you got time.
I guess we got to do it a bridge version of screaming and hollering, but
we can. Let me go to my photos real quick.
You got his theme music queued up this week?
I do. This will give me a chance to do it. Maybe if I take too long, you can, splice it or whatnot. Yeah.
Have we done cereal? I feel like we have.
Done cereal?
I don't think we
I
have.
don't think so.
I don't think we have.
So, the 4 we got this week, we got Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, and Lucky Charms.
Shit.
And I just want to say off the rip.
Hold on.
Wait, what's up?
Nah, my bad. Hold on, let me see. I'm probably doing way too much right now. I was gonna pull them all up. Let me see. What was it? Captain Crunch? Don't worry. I'm not gonna, don't worry about it.
Hold on, let me go back to it. Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, and Lucky Charms.
Okay. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Sorry.
Off the rip, Fruit Loops is staying. We can fight about whatever else. Fruit Loops is staying. Actually, to be honest with you, I can't stand Lucky Charms. They can go. I hate Lucky Charms. Don't like them. They out of here. 16, what do you say? Because it looked like Tiki needs a minute. Tiki needs a minute.
I want to try to share these so we can see them.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms.
Oh boy. I like all 4 of these, man. But it ain't what you like. It's one got to go. So the one that would have to go in this instance, you know what? I value the roof of my mouth. So Captain Crunch would probably be the one to go. Not that it don't taste good, but man, it sure feel like you get your behind whipped. It's the exact opposite of this. So
it's no, that's that if teeth is being used.
Yeah.
That's what you should try and compare it to something.
That's valid. I could agree with that.
But yeah, because the other ones like Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, and Lucky Charms just aged perfectly. You would feel that a cereal that you like when you were 13 still isn't good. Oh no, Lucky Charms is still good. It's still damn good.
Well, I'm just not a big fan of marshmallows like that. That's why Lucky Charms could go. But all the other 3, like, it makes the milk taste so good at the end, man. Like, it's like a
Lucky
treat within the
milk
treat.
Tastes good too.
I'm good on it.
I'm torn because I don't know if I want to get rid of. I'm gonna say Fruit Loops got to go. That's probably the one I buy the least amount. Again, not that it's bad or anything like that.
That's
I
fair.
just probably buy that the least. Lucky Charms is my favorite, followed by I feel like Frosted Flakes, the original, not this new Frosted Flakes shit they got out. But Frosted Flakes is like a solid number 2.
Oh, well, there you go. That's perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good. It's a solid number 2. And I was thinking about getting rid of Captain Crunch, but then I pulled up the Crunch Berries, and I was like, man, shit, they got to
Don't do it. They
did.
Their innovation is second to none.
I'm telling you, I was on the fence of saying Captain Crunch got to go, but then I saw the Crunch Berries, and I was like, oh,
Crunch Berries
man.
are good.
Captain Crunch has made you believe that anything goes great with Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Crunch Berries are good.
I do value the roof of my mouth. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be like I can't eat them consecutive days. Like it's got to be like a 3-day, break in between to allow.
Period.
Yeah, I got to recover.
But the fact that you are willing to go through that lets you know that it's worth it.
I might go buy some tomorrow. Shit, just
so
on the strength of this conversation.
So for me, it's in order of who's leaving. It's Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms. To be honest, they all can go and Lucky Charms can stay. But for one gotta go, Fruit Loops. I think because like Tiki said, if I'm going down the cereal aisle, these are my only choices, and Lucky Charms is not there. Frosted Flakes not there, Captain Crunch not there. I probably still won't pick up Fruit Loops. Nothing wrong with them. I mean, they're not nasty, but that's I don't buy it.
Can we agree that the most overrated cereal is Cheerios?
Well, I won't say overrated.
It's the most overrated.
Yeah, I think it knows its lane. Yeah, I think it knows its lane. It's a very mature.
Iconic brand. But do people buy it all the time because they just love it so much, or just because they're
that can be said for like Rice Krispies or Pops.
I was just
Cheerios are safe, even though I had some plain Cheerios not too long ago, and I don't know if something was wrong with the box or whatever, but I've never had my abdomen burn before from eating Cheerios.
First of all,
but that
plain Cheerios.
For everything.
Honey roasted.
16. I'm gonna need you to go get checked.
This is General Mills. And
what do I need to get checked for?
Everything. Everything. You said your abdomen was burning. Everything.
Yes. Look, come on, look. I'm 40. There's shit going on that hadn't gone on before.
Yeah. I'll say this. There have been a lot of cereals that have tried to replicate the honey nut flavor, and none of them are better than Cheerios. Frosted Flakes.
What about Wheaties? Would you say Wheaties are overrated?
I've never had Wheaties.
I don't think anybody even rates Wheaties. I think it's just
Wheaties are outstanding. They're good.
I've never
had them.
Felt compelled to eat them. Nothing about them.
It's not.
That is definitely just because it's a brand and people are featured on the right.
I still like the way they taste.
With it.
Like if Wheaties just had like a regular mascot and they never had like athletes and Olympians featured on the box, if it was like just a little cartoon wheat going, what I'm saying? Like it probably wouldn't be as big.
Yeah.
Also, side note, do not sleep on the Frosted Flakes with marshmallows. They are outstanding.
They are. They definitely are. I mean, it's the Frosted Flakes with marshmallows is the same as the Frosted Flakes Lucky Charms crossover, but because the marshmallows are Lucky Charms, it just
I was just gonna say too. Like speaking of, they've done really well with innovation too. Like their chocolate Frosted Flakes are good. They got some like honey Frosted Flakes that are very good.
Yeah.
So if you want to be your own version of the snack plug, you can go try that whole Frosted Flakes line. Like they're very good.
But I mean, to be honest, all of them are pretty. I would say in terms of innovation, I would put Lucky Charms and Frosted Flakes at the top of all these.
There's one not on there that deserves its recognition. Apple Jacks. Shout out to Apple Jacks. Y'all are great. I still fuck with y'all.
There's a lot of I don't know that there's a cereal that's like, oh my God, I would never eat that. I think all cereals are just great. In their own right. Obviously there's levels.
Yeah.
There's not one cereal I can think of like, oh hell, I'd never eat that. Can y'all think of one?
Hierarchy of cereal. Future episode.
Yes.
That could be a whole conversation.
It really could. Like tiered, like
exactly. Like
basic
pyramid style.
Yeah.
You got tier 1, 2, and just
we should set up a tournament bracket for that. And
I can't.
Yes.
I'm with it. I'm all.
Let's do it.
Hey, but not for it. Can y'all think of a cereal you'd be like, I would never touch that with an 8-foot pole? Or
that's how I feel about regular Cheerios. Now the honey nut, I can eat those, but the regular,
I like
that and Raisin Bran.
Yeah, I don't like Raisin Bran.
No, that Raisin Bran crunch is good though.
Hey, can I interject for just a really quick second?
Yes.
I hate to break up cereal talk, but I gotta run. So you guys finish out the show, and I'll see y'all next week.
What's your random?
What's your random? Yes.
I don't really have to random. I don't have a random. I'm good. I guess other than if you ain't FaceTiming and going to pick up nobody 90 minutes away, get your game up in 2021. It pays. It pays.
There you go.
It pays.
There you go. Motivational for random.
Motivation. I'm telling you.
This is all I got to say to that.
I hate
Right
y'all.
here. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all next year.
See you. Yep.
Oh, she went with the lame see you next year. Tiki, get out of here.
Whatever. Bye.
Right.
You hated it when people said that on the 31st.
Yeah,
Or
it was worse when it was like the next, like later that week. Like
Yeah.
New Year's falls on Tuesday.
See you next year, and it's like,
and we'll be back in here on Wednesday. Yeah.
I guess we can wrap it up with random.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, so Easy, your one cereal that you would never touch is Cheerios and M16. What's yours?
Oh man,
And Raisin Bran. I need them to get their equal thrashing from me on this one. I can't stand Raisin Bran.
So this is one that I've never had or I've had before and just don't need it in my life anymore. That type thing.
Yeah, I mean, one that you've tasted before, and it's like, oh hell no, I never eat this.
Oh, I know. I got one that I would never touch with a 10-foot pole, never in life, and that's grape nuts. What are they? I don't want it. Get it out of here.
You went with the oldest possible cereal.
Yes.
Like grape.
I really thought you were gonna say like Honey Bunches of Oats or something like that.
Nah,
No, I don't.
Is
I
top,
just
very
went with
good.
top tier
grape
cereal, of course.
with grape nuts. Also, they have these
Man, the
frosted
Post
mini
lady,
wheats.
man, that lady's
Frosted-
been around for forever.
Yeah. I hope they broke her off.
So yeah, I'm good. I'm good on the grape nuts there.
Yeah, I mean, there's legit not one cereal I can think of that I just wouldn't eat. There's a lot of cereals out there.
Yeah, we gotta do a tournament bracket, patent pending. We got to make that happen.
Let's do it.
Yes. All right. Time for the show where I was gonna say we go random, but this whole show is based on being random.
Yeah, it is.
It's true.
It's been a good one though. I have been having a lot of fun here tonight, man.
Hey, we have a good time. We have fun.
Yeah. Come on, we're all friends here. I'll kick us off. So this has been on my mind for a second. And okay, so people using social media, you do understand that the word lose has one O in it. One dumbass person spelled it wrong, and now all of y'all spell wrong. Okay? L-O-O-S-E is loose. L-O-S-E is lose. Stop spelling it wrong. You've been spelling it right your whole life. You saw it messed up on social media, and now all of a sudden, all of y'all spell it wrong. Spell check. Lose and loose are not the same word. I have spoken.
We stick with social media thing. ASL is the laziest abbreviation I've ever seen in my life, and it's annoyingly lazy. It took me a minute to figure out what the youth meant by ASL.
You want to go ahead and just let us know?
Oh, please. It's as hell. So if you see like M16 is ugly, ASL is as hell. So it's how you say it's as hell.
That's got yeah. Hey, go ahead. I don't even want to stop.
Yeah, no, it's
that is the laziest thing ever.
It's lazily annoying.
Bro,
There's some creativity involved in it, but it feels too young for me to like it. I hate it. I hate when I see people.
Abbreviation is for you to be able to identify the first letter of each word and like be able to recognize.
No,
it.
they just took the word as and added an L and just said as L.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Like OMW. That's an abbreviation. OMW.
Yeah.
You know?
OMG. LOL. LMAO.
LOL.
Yeah. Those are the interweb abbreviations
AF.
that exactly. But yeah.
WTF.
And it legit took me a while to figure that one out. Because in most cases when I saw it, obviously I saw it on Twitter more than anywhere, and it was like I would read right over it and just pretend to understand the context of the rest of it. And then one day I think somebody asked, or maybe it just dawned on me. I was like, that means as hell.
Terrible.
And it's the worst.
It's a very good observation, Khujoe.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my random. It's annoyingly lazy.
So for me, I was cooking baked chicken yesterday, and I thought about this as I was seasoning my baked chicken. But do people just season the chicken on the outside and don't like slit a cut into the chicken and throw a little bit of seasoning in there too? Or does everybody just season the outside and then just throw it in there? You got a good tasting skin and then just some dried meat on the inside. I thought about that yesterday.
Good question. Yeah, that's a good question.
Wow. Well, we are innovative tonight because, wow. All right, then, easy. I see what the thought provoking here between,
I mean, because I thought about it. I was like, I usually like season the chicken and then like I cut a little slit and then I like, put a little bit of season on the inside. And I got lazy and I just seasoned, the outside, or an injector if I'm feeling bougie. And I was like, like people season their chicken like this.
Yeah. Some people just do the outside, or obviously you can brine it or soak it overnight, or whatever the case may be. But soak through the rest of the meat. But yeah, I think for the most part, folks just kind of season the outside.
Yeah, because you gotta be bougie to inject each chicken leg. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I'll do it, and it tastes amazing when you take the time to do it. But
because,
that's why you gotta smoke all your foods.
It's random is very innovative tonight.
By the way, those crab legs looked amazing the other day.
Oh, and they were, not to toot my own horn or anything, but they were.
Man. No, you were. You don't post them if you're not laying on your horn. You didn't toot it. You were laying on them.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah. First of all, like, I know people don't talk about this enough, but like, crab legs and black people are absolutely related. Like,
they are.
It's definitely a thing.
That's our food.
It's not talked about enough because
unless you're somebody who happens to be allergic. I'm sorry if you are, because you're missing out.
Yeah, you definitely.
Goddamn near tasty.
I know
even Walmart knows that crab legs is has a relationship with black people because they are only in the hood stores and where they have majority black shoppers.
Bro, that is an excellent observation. I've never heard, aside from maybe seafood restaurant or maybe in the Northeast where bay seafood, lobster, all that kind of stuff is popular, but I've never seen a white person be like, yeah, we're having crab legs tonight, or let's go get some crab legs. I'm really trying to think of a white person that I've even heard talk about crab legs.
Think about it. And like even just from being from Louisiana, black people are so in love with crab legs, we boil them with our crawfish.
Yeah.
You go into a crawfish boil and you're gonna fuck around and have more crab legs than you have crawfish.
Yeah, no, I mean every crawfish boil I've been to, I mean obviously I've been in Louisiana, but every crawfish boil that I've been to, people who from there do it here. They always got crab legs. Even people that's not from Louisiana.
Like let's cut to the chase. Let's put the newspaper on the table here and let's get to it. Like ain't no warming up. Let's go.
And I think what it is what I've always assumed it was is that there's less fans of crawfish and more fans of crab legs. So,
not in the bayou, we will wreck both equally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, no.
I can eat crawfish meat. I don't like the process of cracking them open.
That's part of the fun is the process.
Yeah. But I'm kind of the same way with crab legs. I'm more willing to do that, I guess, because sometimes the satisfaction of getting a whole one or whatever, but after about 10 minutes or so, I'm like, bro, I'm over this. I would just want the meat. Just give me the meat. Oh.
All right, so coming soon to the radio show, the cereal tournament bracket. That shit's happening.
Yeah.
Either that or we'll do tiers to make it easy on us. Because if we got to pick a champion, then...
I would much rather do tiers than an actual, like, bracketed in as a winner at the end. My heart won't let me choose one series.
There's pros and cons because like if we do a bracket and pick a winner, you know, we could probably go viral because a bunch of people are gonna have their hot takes and say how they disagree. So kind of a win-win.
I'm with talking about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm with definitely discussing it. But I know we're wrapping up, so I can't tell to everybody, but I will in the chat. But to you guys, 2020 was a crazy one. But I mean, it did one thing. It got our dormant show back on the air, and we back stronger than ever now, man. So happy New Year to y'all fellas, man. And
happy
to everybody
New Year.
else out there, and watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify and Pandora and wherever else that we are. Definitely appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys, man, for sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing a little levity to every Tuesday or every week. You know what I mean? And I like being a part of this, man. And like I said, if nothing else, just kicking shit with some cool people. So
Absolutely, man.
All you
the
guys.
Same way, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, y'all. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So definitely appreciate you watching and listening to the radio show. Check out Khujoe Snack Plug. He's on Instagram at Your Snack Plug. He's put it somewhere over there. Check us out. We're at It's the Radio Show. You got Bella and Kai, Cassandra Octavia. I don't know what Easy does, but you can find him at It's the Radio Show as well. There it is.
Wait, ain't Easy the only person on the show with over 1,000 followers?
Probably. He's popular,
I was like, he does something.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That may or may not be true. I'm not sure. That's a good, interesting call out.
It's cool, but he literally knows what he's doing.
You see, the tone was different there, so the audience will know that you really meant that genuinely.
I really meant that. But the one that almost got me knocked out the other day, I did not mean that. But remember, guys out there listening, remember and never forget this.